Scam or not, do LED face masks work? This is a brand new article from the New York Times that I just got my eyes on today, so we're going to talk about it. I would encourage you to read the full article. I'm going to put the link down below, and I'm also going to add it into the comments, so have a look when you're done watching this video. Hi, my name is Helen, and I talk about all kinds of different things here, do product reviews. One of the last things, or one of the latest subjects that I've been talking about a lot is LED face masks. So if that's of interest to you and you want to follow my journey, I'm at about the 3-month mark now. We'll talk about that at the end of this video. Please do like and subscribe. Right, so let's get on with the actual article. I'm not going to read through all of it. Obviously, this is just a review and a reaction. Do LED face masks work? What this person did was interview 2 dermatologists and 2 facial plastic surgeons for their takes on it. So the first thing that caught my attention was just literally the very first sentence. You've probably noticed this scene on social media. People, usually women, lounging on couches or in beds while wearing serial killer style face masks with colorful lights emanating from beneath them. I felt very attacked when I saw this because I've definitely done a lot of that here. I just can never pass up a good opportunity to scare people with my LED mask in my family. Okay, so this article talks about LED face masks like this one. This is my CurrentBody mask that I've been using now daily for almost 3 months. Yeah, 3 months. This and handheld wands. So I'll just tell you right now, the upshot with the handheld wands, you know, the ones where you could just go like this. The upshot from this article was that they take longer to use, which is obvious because they're not doing the whole face all at once. You're just going section by section. Okay, also, according to the article, many devices emit red light with wavelengths between 630 and 700 nanometers. Red light can penetrate deeply into the skin to boost the production of collagen and elastin, which are proteins that help to maintain skin strength and elasticity, one of the doctors said. By boosting these proteins, red light may minimize wrinkles and help skin appear younger. It can also reduce inflammation and accelerate healing. It's unclear exactly how the light produces these effects, said a facial plastic surgeon in Northern California. But the thought is that the skin cells absorb the light and convert it into signals that increase the production of proteins and aid in other aspects of healing. So that's interesting. So that's kind of been my experience, just to stop here for a second, with this mask. While I don't feel like it's given me a ton of wrinkle reduction or even helped that much with a hyperpigmentation spot I have, but it has faded it a little bit. What I have really noticed over these last 3 months is that my skin is not flaky anymore. Like, we're in full winter right now. The conditions are very cold, very dry outside. I get a cold gust of wind blasting into my face. And normally that, combined with just everything that I do to my skin during the day, including needing to take off long wear foundation, almost always leaves my skin flaky. In fact, it does. At this time of the year, my skin is always flaky. It's not flaky at all this year. And the only real change I can attribute this to is using this LED face mask every day. So I think that there is something to the rapid cell turnover that I've been experiencing anyway. It also says some devices emit blue light, usually between 400 to 490 nanometers. These shorter wavelengths are believed to penetrate less deeply into the skin, where they can kill some types of bacteria and reduce oil gland activity, helping to control acne. So that's less of a concern for me personally. It says many products can switch between different wavelengths depending on your needs. So as far as I know, my mask does not switch between any wavelengths. It's just, it is what it is. But on the other hand, I don't need it for acne. That's not really a prime concern for me. So where this article starts to get interesting for me anyway is under the headline, Do At-Home Masks Work? It says in one randomized control trial published in 2007, so that's a while ago now, but nonetheless, researchers recruited 76 people, mostly women with wrinkles, using an over-the-counter LED mask, so the at-home ones. They applied red light, near-infrared light, a combination of the two, or just like fake light, sham light, to the right side of the faces. They did this for 20 minutes, twice a week for 4 weeks. Each form of light treatment reduced the appearance of wrinkles and improved the skin's elasticity compared with the sham treatment. So the way that this study was designed was that on one side of the face, they're using actual LED products, and the other side, they're using fake light, just probably regular light. And so there was a benefit to the people using LED mask light sources on the one side of the face. Dr. Whitney Bowe, who's a dermatologist in New York City, said that based on her clinical observations, patients who consistently use these devices experience noticeable improvements in skin firmness and sometimes redness. So just speaking personally, I don't think the firmness has changed, but like I said, the flaking is on a whole other reduced level that I'm kind of surprised. I always have like dry, flaky skin, and I don't at all this year. Now, this is where it gets interesting. When it comes to using the blue light to control acne, and I've known this for a while just because I've had masks for a long time and I have done research on them, and I have made videos here even, before I owned this one. I own the Series 1, and I have some older 2-year-old or so videos about those. So I have been sort of tracking the science behind these for a long time. The bottom line is the blue light to control acne, the results of that have been less well established. So in a 2019 review and analysis of 14 clinical trials on the effectiveness of blue light, the article says, for acne, including treatments done in doctors' offices, researchers determined that most trials were poorly designed, which prevented a firm conclusion. Now, when it comes to research on the actual at-home devices, a 2011 study involving 30 adults with mild to moderate facial acne. While they did get some results, this study was run by the people actually making the equipment, so that's obviously a conflict of interest. So another interesting part of this article is down toward the bottom, are some devices better than others? So Dr. Lamb, one of the doctors quoted in this article, suggests choosing a device that is marketed as FDA cleared. So I remember from the literature from my CurrentBody Series 2, this is FDA cleared, which means that the company has provided information to the Food and Drug Administration demonstrating safety and effectiveness. And back to that point I made earlier about wands and masks, the takeaway here is that wands and masks can both work, but wands typically require more effort because you have to manually glide them across your face. While you're blasting your entire face with lights using a mask, when you're using the wand, you're only targeting a little spot at a time, which is maybe okay if you only want to target a little spot at a time. One of the other doctors recommended choosing devices with bulbs that are evenly spaced so that all areas of the skin get equal treatment. Generally, the more bulbs a device has, the better to maximize the amount of light hitting the skin. And so I believe that is why the CurrentBody Series 2 really increased the amount of lights. I have a full-length video about the Series 1 versus the Series 2 if you are interested in the CurrentBody mask. And if you do end up wanting to purchase one, don't pay full price. I have a code. It's CB Helen. I'll put a link and the code down below. And if you don't want to use my code, that's fine. But just definitely search around on the internet. You will find a better price than just like the regular retail price. Don't pay full price on these masks. The other question I've been getting, actually, that I should probably just address quickly is, when will it be 20% off again? Because that was a really good Black Friday sale. I don't know. If any of you know times of year where it tends to go on sale for 20% off, let us know down below in the comments. I've only seen it go off. I mean, I've only been tracking for a couple of years now, but I've only seen it be 20% off at around the Black Friday time. But definitely stay tuned here because I'll put it in a community post or somewhere if I see it for 20% off again, or I'll just make a quick video about it. Speaking only, of course, for CurrentBody. I don't know about the other masks on the market. Okay, here's a tip from the article. Before using any device, wash your face to help the light penetrate the skin, and always use it as directed, 10 to 20 minutes per session, 3 to 5 times per week. And that's what the mask paperwork says for this one that I have. It's actually not supposed to be every day. It's not 7 days a week. It's 3 to 5 days a week. So you can take some days off. I definitely do here and there. And the article says, be patient, as visible results can take several weeks of consistent use. Okay, now let's go on to the side effects that are mentioned in this article. It says, although side effects are rare, they can happen. The light can damage your eyes, according to the article, so it's important to wear protective goggles or to close your eyes when you're doing your treatment, or to use masks with eye holes or eye shields. Mine has eye shields. I definitely use them. Someone asked me once if they should keep them in or not. I think you should. What could be more important than protecting your eyes? It also says people are taking medications that can cause light sensitivity, including some retinoids, antibiotics, antidepressants, may be at higher risk for side effects like redness and burning. This is important. People with darker skin tones can rarely experience a darkening of the skin after LED therapy. Skin darkening is more likely if the treatment warms your skin. Ideally, it shouldn't, one of the doctors said, but if it does, you may want to stop using it. So that is good to know. If you're pregnant, if you have active skin infections, conditions that make you sensitive to light, or certain autoimmune diseases and conditions, should avoid using these devices, or at least consult a dermatologist first. Now, the bottom line of the article, while sometimes silly looking, it says these devices do seem to benefit the skin, but one of the doctors added they typically work best as part of a broader skincare regimen rather than as a standalone solution. Bottom line is, yes, they work. The evidence for it working on acne seems to be far less well established, but in terms of it working on or for wrinkles and collagen production, reducing redness and inflammation, there seems to be evidence to support that. Just to sum up, I have been using this now. This one just for a few months, but before this, I had a prior mask, which I alluded to. I've never felt that this has really turned back the cans of time. I don't feel like I've been using this and now, boom, I look 15 years younger. And I also think that would be unrealistic to expect that. Even with the first mask, I don't think I saw as many benefits, but then again, I was much more sporadic about using it. This time, I'm really trying to be diligent and disciplined about using this every single day. The number one skin effect that I've noticed is that no flakes. That's wild to me. I didn't think that that could happen to me in my 40s. But here we are, and that's a good thing. The actual real benefit, though, is that I have not really struggled with the winter blues. I have this sort of borderline seasonal affective disorder thing going on almost always this time of year. In fact, I cannot remember a year that I didn't have it except this year. So I think that blasting myself with this brightness in the morning, even though I have the eye shields on and sometimes I keep my eyes closed, has really helped to elevate my mood. I haven't felt terrible at all, and usually I do this time of year, to be completely honest. So that has been a completely unexpected and unaddressed in this article benefit that I've experienced. I'd be curious to know what your experience is using this. So please do leave a comment down below. I'll try my best to get to all of them. And with that, we'll leave it off there. So good news for all of us who bought these expensive LED masks. They seem to work according to this article, and they seem to scare people as well. So anyhow, we'll see you in the next video.